Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, I'm Maria. It's so lovely to meet you. If you're one of my returners, thank you so much. I do really appreciate it. So today I have some jumpers and tops to share with you, and they are from 3 different stores. So I've got some from Georgia Asda, a couple from Next and a couple from M&S. So it's just your everyday tops. And I have the first one on. So for reference, I'm 5'7.5". I'm a size 16 on the top half and about a 12 on the hips. And then this is my problem area, the tummy, which is somewhere in between. So I have on today some elasticated waist trousers from M&S. I purchased a pair a couple of weeks ago in a regular length, and when I looked back at the video I thought no, they're not long enough, so I've changed them for a long length, and these are a size 12 and they're £22 I think. I will link them if you're interested. They've just come out the packet, so they could do with the steam. I ordered them online, so they are a little bit creased. They're just a pull on cream wide leg pant and they fit lovely on the bottom. And I just love this cream colour. I think it's a lovely staple for your wardrobe. Goes lovely with browns and burgundies, which seem to be the in colour this year, and they are super comfy. So this is a long length. I've got these on with my boots and they are perfect length. The regular were just sort of too short ankle biters, and I don't like the look of ankle biters. So I will wear these with a heel. Just got these on my suede boots at the moment, but if I was wearing a dressy top I'd wear them with sandals. But they're super comfy. I don't have any hips, so they fit quite nicely around the hips here. The top I have on is from M&S. So it's this lovely print top. Lovely and soft. It's got the little ribbed cuff here. So this is like a brown colour. It's nice and thin. It's not too hot. We do have a crew neck, so I'd probably wear a nice necklace with this. Quite like the length of it. It's not too long. You could sort of roll it up and tuck it under if you wanted it a bit shorter for a different look. But I think it sits in quite a nice place for me. So the jumper was £36. I will link everything so you can see what fabric it's made of, but it is lovely and soft. It's not making me itch or uncomfortable. So I think that's quite a nice top, and you could always put a white shirt underneath, like I don't know if you remember the white satin shirt I picked up the other day. I could put that underneath, so show the little white collar, and I could also have it shown at the bottom to elongate it. I think that would be another nice look, wouldn't it? So, as I say, it's all tops today. So this is the first top, apart from these trousers. And we now move on to the next one. My cheeks look rosy in here. I've got some new lights. Trying to get the lighting right this time of year is very hard. So I'm sort of experimenting. So see what works and what doesn't work. But yeah, looking in here, it's making me look quite rosy. I did put some blusher on this morning, but perhaps I put too much blusher on. But I do look quite rosy, don't I? Anyway, on to the next top. Okay, so I just thought I'd show you the jumper off. So this is it here, so you can see the colour and the print better. So I got this in a large, so it's £36, and it says with wool. So the labels are so small, so hard to read, so I'm going to link everything. So if you want to see exactly what it's made of, you will be able to by clicking on the link. I'll have a quick look, but oh, hang on, might best read this one. It says wash inside out, do not use biological enzyme detergents. It's 68% polyester, 11% acrylic and 10% polyamide, 8% wool and 3% elastic. So that's good. I can actually read that label. Some of them are so small, so hard to read, but it's a beautiful soft jumper, really nice. And actually I've got a cream pleated skirt. I think that would probably go quite nice with that. So the next top is this one here, and this is from Next. Lovely animal print. Again, beautiful colours. So you've got little bits of brown, little bits of grey in there as well, like a greige. It's got little button cuffs, but I didn't have to undo them to just manage to slide my arm in. It's got a stretchy button on there, it's on elastic. So we've got a grandad star neck, and then we've got just the V-neck, and it just goes down to the bottom. So I put on sandals, the same trousers, but with sandals. I don't know if you can see the feet here, but just because it's more of a dressy blouse. If I was wearing this out in the evening, I would probably wear this with sandals. But I like the sleeves, they're a good length. I like the length of the blouse, or tunic, whatever you want to call it. It's slightly longer at the back, covers the bottom. Plenty of room to manoeuvre. The sleeves are nice. If you wanted to pull them up, you can pull them up slightly, where you've got a little bit of elastic in the cuffs, or you could undo the cuffs if you wanted to, and put a little band on and do them a bit higher. But I think this is a nice length, a nice dressy top. You know, if you were going out, love the print on it. Lovely and comfy. You could even layer this, couldn't you, with the waistcoat if you wanted to. Skims over the tummy, so hides a multitude of sins. And then it hides the bottom as well. That's what I like about these colour trousers. You can put so many of these lovely autumnal colours that are in with these trousers. Jumpers, blouses, anything. They just go with everything, don't they? But this would look lovely with a pair of brown or cream jeans, even that greigey colour as well. Or even black. Brown, I didn't realise recently, looks really nice with black, doesn't it? So yeah, I think it's a lovely top. So as I say, it's from Next. I will take it off and show you in a minute when I put the next item on, so you can see exactly what size I've purchased. So that was the top that I just had on, and I got this in a 16, and it's 100% polyester, and this was £28. I think that's a beautiful top. So next we've got a jumper from Georgia Asda, and I love the colour of this. Can you see it's got a zigzag pattern in the net here? So I suppose it's like a cable, isn't it? And then the rib on the sleeves. You've got the round neck. There's a cable print down the front, and it's longer at the back than it is at the front. I just think it's a nice shape, and it's quite a nice thin knit, because I get very hot, so I can't have anything too thick like a lot of ladies. Apologies, these trousers do look very creased. I should have steamed them actually. But I like the length of this top. The sleeves are good. As I say, it's a nice thin knit, and it's slightly longer on the bottom. That's a side view, so it goes up here and longer at the bottom. A lovely colour. Love the colour of it. I think it's a really lovely top. And again, you could put a gilet on with it. I think it's really nice. I think it's just plain on the back. I can't see, but I think it's just plain on the back. But I will have a look when I take it off. And again, if you wanted to, you could put a blouse underneath, couldn't you? I think it's really nice. And I think it's about 1950, but I'll confirm that in a minute with you. Okay, so let's move on to the next item, and I'll bring the jumper out and we'll see exactly how much it was and what size it is. Okay, so the jumper I just had on from Georgia Asda, it says on here it's polyester, acrylic, nylon and wool. And this was in a medium, which is 12 to 14, and this was 1950. So they didn't have a large, so I went for the medium because I thought, well, it looks so I might get into that one, and obviously I did. And it is plain on the back. There's no cable knit on the back. But hopefully you can see, if I hold it up close, the cable knit down the front here. And down the front of the sleeve as well, well, side of the sleeve. But it's a lovely lightweight jumper. If I hold it up, you can see through it. But this is how I like them. They're not too hot. So yeah, I think that's a winner. And next I've got one from M&S. This beautiful, rich burgundy. So it's a very fine rib, very fine. And it's button all the way down. Lovely rich colour. And I've left the top little buttons open here. So let me stand back. So it buttons down and it flutes out at the bottom. So it's more of a dressy top, isn't it? So if you want a warm top for your evening out, I think this will be perfect. I love this rich colour. Sleeves are quite long, but I've got quite long arms, but you can pull them up a bit if you wanted to. I like how it flutes out on the bottom. I think that's a nice touch. I quite like the length where it comes to. That's the back view. I hope the light's showing this beautiful rich colour. It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I love this. I don't know if it's burgundy or wine. I'm not very good at describing colours, but again, it's lovely and soft. Lovely and soft. Let's stand back again. Really nice. As I say, you can do it up to the top if you want, or you can have as many buttons open as you like. And the buttons are all in the same colour. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Well, I'll tell you first how much this one costs. So the top from M&S I just had on is 52% elastane and 25% polyester, and then you've got polyamide for the remainder. And I got this, so I just realised my lights have gone off, in a large. So this was a large, and that's £36. But yeah, I think that was lovely. Okay, so the next top is this one I have on here, and this lovely green. I did need to size up in it. Well, get my normal size, a large, but they didn't have it. But I loved it so much. I thought, do you know, I'm going to try the medium. And I've got it on, but it's a bit snug. If I was purchasing it, I would definitely need to buy the large. But I just love the colour of it. Look at this rich, lovely green. So it's a shirt with a tank top over the top. As you can see, it's a little bit snug. The next size would look a lot better. But I like the button details going down here. I think that's a nice feature. Hopefully the camera's picking up the buttons. We've got 1, 2, 3 lovely gold buttons going down the side there. And you can open those. They are working buttons if you wanted to have them looser. And then the silk shirt underneath. As I say, the next size would definitely have been better on me. And then you've got 2 little buttons on the cuff here. And they also had done this in the pink, which was very nice, but I love the green, absolutely love this green. And then you've got the little collar underneath here. So it's just the top bit of the blouse with the sleeves, and then you've got the little undershirt from here. But I think that's very nice. I think you could have this with jeans. You could wear it with jeans, couldn't you? You could wear it with anything, really. What a lovely colour. I hope the lighting's okay, that you can see, being the other one's stopped. Let me move that back a bit. Does that make a difference? But it's a beautiful top. I think it's a good job they didn't have my size, because I'd want to keep this one. And that's the back view of it. So you've got the shirt tail and the side view. And then you've got the lovely square detail on the tank top, and then it's ribbed around the neck and around the sleeves here. But the colour is absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Okay, on to the next item, and I'll tell you how much this one was. Okay, so this is the lovely green top, and you see the lovely check on the tank and the gorgeous buttons going down the side. As I say, you can undo those if you wanted to. And then you've got two lovely buttons as well on the cuff there. But as I say, this is a medium. I would need to have sized up to a large, but they didn't have it in my store. She said you could probably order it online, but I think it's absolutely beautiful. As I said, they had this in lovely pink as well. And that one, how much was that one? £38, £38, and that was from Next. Now, I'm going to show you a top I picked up in Georgia Asda, and this was reduced to £7. They had lots of these in there, originally 15, and what size did I get in this one? A large. So it's a sweat top. What's it say on the front? New York Club, New York City Sports. I just like the colours of it. So it's just like an oversized sweat top. I thought £7, that's ideal, isn't it, to have in your wardrobe, keep you nice and warm. So I will try that in a minute. But also when I was in there, I picked up these pants I have on. So let's have a look at these. So they are a pinstripe jogger. They've got a seam sewed in down the front here. And then we've got pockets that are sort of stitched half and half. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I'd have to investigate that. It may be just to hold them closed. But they're a lovely colour. Fabric feels nice. And that's the bottom. So they're elasticated, come up nice and high. And then you've got the drawstring on the waist here. I will take them off so you can see them in better detail. And then you've got the band going down the side. But beautiful colour, a nice thin fabric, feels really comfy. The length is good. So I've got nothing on my feet and they're a perfect length. I could wear these with trainers if I wanted to. And this was a top I've had a couple of weeks from F&F at Tesco's. Just a little rib cream top, and apologies, I think I've got a black barrel on, I have, yes, underneath it, sorry. But I love these trousers, really nice. I think they're a really nice, smart trouser. And I'll take them off in a minute, show you up close and let you know exactly how much they were. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to show you the rest of the stuff from George. I got this lovely fleece, so it's a lovely warm fleece, and it's edged in this blanket stitch around the sleeve, along the shoulder here and around the neckline, and then it's got a little zip opening. Lovely and fleecy, and keep you nice and warm. Has it got any pockets? Oh yeah, there is little pockets on the side there, little side pocket, and it's got the high neck. And I got this in a large, it was 16 to 18, and that was £18. So I thought that was quite nice. So let's try this on top of this jumper, so you can see what it looks like. Okay, so what do we think? Yeah, I think that's quite nice. It's a nice length. Nice and soft. As I say, you can have the zip wherever you want it. You can put the collar up or have it down. Put a little scarf in there. I quite like that. What do we think? So you've got little drop sleeves on the shoulders. Loads of room, it's lovely and soft. Okay, so let me put on the sale one now and show the sale one on. Bargain for £7, what do we think? Goes lovely with these trousers actually. As I say, you can make it shorter, you can tuck it under if you want to. It's a lovely top, lovely and soft. I think £7. Gonna have to keep it, aren't I? There's a nice length. Just like the colours, the cream and the burgundy writing. It's quite nice, isn't it? And no idea if we're putting under gilets and things, aren't they? Yeah, £7, I think that's a keeper. So I just want to show you the trousers, and I'm going to stand back, going to move you back as well, and I need to come a little bit more actually, so because I'm going to be very lazy today and take these trousers off so you can't see. Let me stood here in my pants, but I want to show you these trousers. So they've got a lovely elasticated waist here and the drawstring. Can you see the pinstripe? I've got pockets on the side here. And then you've got this lovely colour band going down the side. And they've got the sewn in crease. But aren't they lovely? I think they're absolutely beautiful. Let me show you the pocket. As I say, the pocket is like half stitched in the middle, so I think you could probably undo it. So they're a wide leg and a size 12, and they're only £16. What a bargain. I think they're lovely. Absolutely lovely. And the material is really nice and soft. I should think it's some sort of polyester. But I think they're gorgeous. Can I see? There's a label. Does it say on here? No, it doesn't say. There's obviously a label somewhere saying what fabric it is, but it's obviously some polyester or something like that. But I think they're absolutely beautiful, and they do feel really nice on. Really nice on. Lovely. So anyway, that completes today's haul. So we had some lovely tops, I think, from everywhere. Shame the green next one was too small, because I think it would look nicer in the larger size for you to see. But yeah, there was nothing I didn't like. I liked everything. I get asked what we would be keeping. Definitely this, I think £7. And that will probably be it, because I did keep quite a few things from an MS one I did a couple of weeks ago. So my husband would go mad whilst. So I'd probably, just be honest, just going to keep this. If I could keep something else, I think it would be those joggers, because I think they're well worth the money and I absolutely love them. But I'm going to be very good, because every time you do a haul, there's something you like and you want to keep something from it, and you just can't. You've got to be very strict with yourself and say, no, it's got to go back. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope there was some things that you liked. I forgot to take pictures this time for the thumbnail. So yeah, apologies for that. I normally like to show you a few things on the thumbnail so you can see what's coming, but I forgot. Chemo brain. Anyway, I hope you're all really well. Take care of yourself, and thank you all for your well wishes, and I'll see you again soon. So bye for now. Bye.